here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to this week's Vendor Reset, the greatest on the interweb. It's July 2nd and today's vendor video will cover my top picks, hot ticket, interesting items and must-buy gear for the week. Remember to show your support if you enjoy or find this video helpful. A simple like is all that it takes, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Righto champions, with all that said and done, let's get stuck into the vendors. Starting at the countdown vendor this week, we've got the Darkness. Not a huge fan of this one, so I'm going to be skipping it. We do have a Picaro's holster with armor, and this one has repair skills. And the Strategic Alignment backpack, it comes with crit hit chance and repair skills. These rolls aren't ideal, but it's definitely usable. If you need any of these items, you can pick them up, but they're going to cost you 75 countdown credits each. Marco at the Haven this week, I did get a little bit excited. He's got a Police M4 with max AR damage, but the damage to armor roll is low and the talent is terrible, so skip it. There's the Big Show, which is a terrible gun, skip it. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be skipping everything because it's all dog water. Hopping next door to see our old mate Roy, he does have an F2000 with damage to armor, but again, the talent is terrible. Nothing else here really tickles my fancy. There is a D50 with finisher, so if you don't have the orbit, this is a good option. And unfortunately, everything else is trash. Moving on. At your White House vendor this week, the named item is the Test Subject. This one's not too bad on skill builds. Quickly checking out the other items here. We do have a Badger Tough backpack with companion and nearly max crit hit chance. That might be usable. And not gonna lie, this Overlord chest is pretty decent. It's got weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and it does come with spotter. So you could definitely keep spotter on it, or you could roll that talent to whatever you like. Inside the White House at your clan vendor, we've got the Combustor chest piece. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but I know a lot of players do buy a lot of these to deconstruct them for the materials. We have ongoing gloves that have weapon handling and weapon damage. True Patriot backpack, decent armor, but it does have health. And we've also got a Foundry backpack here with decent armor and crit hit chance. We've got the Thorn shotgun if you're still looking for one, and everything else just doesn't hit the mark, so I'm going to be skipping it. Over at the Theatre Settlement, we do have the Firm Handshake Sokolov gloves. These have weapon damage and headshot damage with that 15% status effect. We've got a Spaz 12 with damage to targets out of cover, but why would you bother? And again, there's more Palisade gear here. This one is cheaper than the Combustor chest, so I guess if you like buying these sorts of things and deconstructing them for materials, this is the cheaper option. At the Castle Settlement this week, we have the Carnage LMG with Perfect Sadist. Pretty simple one here, roll the headshot damage to armor, pretty decent gun. Quick glance at all the other items. The Walker mask here might be okay if you're looking at some sort of hazard protection armor regen build and you do want a little bit of damage on it. And the electric holster might be okay as well. This one's all yellow, so it's a skill tier, skill damage, and you can either keep the skill haste or roll on more status effect. Now we're at the Campus Settlement, and the named item this week is the Dare LMG. I'm not a fan of this one, the main reason being is you can't equip the linked laser pointer to proc flatline, so I'm skipping it. The rolls on the Model 700 aren't anything fancy, the RPK's missing the mark, and everything else is pretty dog water, so moving on. Now it's time for our Dark Zone vendors, and we're going to start at DZ West, where we've got the Everlasting Gaze. It's not a great gun, skip it. The classic M1A is okay, it's already got damage to targets out of cover on it, so if you didn't want to run the Baker's Dozen, this is a great option. Your gear set items, they're pretty easy to farm for anywhere, so skip them, and the other gear, it's just not hitting the mark, so moving on. Shooting on down to DZ South, and we've got the Strategic Alignment backpack again, and this one is much better. If you are looking at making a mortar build, this is sort of the one that you're looking for. Status effect and swap the repair skills for skill damage. Quick peek at the other items, we do have a Negotiator's backpack and Hotshot chest piece, but again, these items are very easy to farm for in the open world, Countdown, and even Summit. The Bellstone backpack might be usable, but that's a very low armor roll, so I wouldn't bother. Let's move on. And for the last stop this week, we are at DZ East, where we've got the Hollow Man mask. This one is a DZ exclusive and can be very tricky to get, so if you're still looking for it, here it is. The M700 carbine does have determined on it, but there's other hard-hitting options. And again, everything else is pretty mediocre. The Overlord mask here does have crit hit chance and crit hit damage, so you could team that up with the chest piece and foxes and go for a 3-piece of Overlord. Your weapon handling would be insane. And unfortunately, that's going to wrap it up for this week at the Vendors Champions. If you're interested in the daily targeted loot, it's on your screen now. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember, champions, to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and giving them hell. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.